So when I was about 11, we had just gotten our rescue dog Barkley, and his treats smelled and tasted horrible. So I thought, why not make my own? And I started looking up recipes and finding different things that were good for dogs and bad for dogs, and like things that dogs can't have and stuff. And I started passing them out throughout the neighborhood to family and friends. And then when they started asking, where can I get more of these? That's when we kind of knew it turned into a little business.
Ah, cool. So did you make most of them at home to start with?
Yes, we made all of them at home.
Oh, cool. Awesome. So how many were you sort of doing in the beginning there when you were starting to make these treats?
It was kind of hard to keep up at first because we were going to different shows every week, like different adoption events, and every single day we sold out that we went, so it was kind of hard to just keep on making hundreds of them and just keep on selling out, but we all knew the work was worth it. The business has definitely blown up today. It is much different from when I had just started it. From then, we had never been in any stores, and now we are in thousands of stores across the country. We're always on TV a lot, and we never know when we're going to go on, so there's always just a random push of orders that just comes in, and we're like, oh, we aired somewhere, so we'll have more.
Now, was there when you started to make it happen and it started to just take off really quickly, what was the first sort of news story that really promoted it, that really got it happening for you?
The thing that really got it pushing for us was that I'm only 11, and that I have started my own company, and that no other 11-year-old, I don't think, has been making dog treats and selling them and making a profit on them. So that's what kind of stood me out from the rest of people, and that's what kind of got people's attention when they saw it.
Ah, cool. And you managed to go from there onto Shark Tank?
Yes, someone actually applied for us. We've never heard of the show.
Wow.
And they called in and said, oh, this kid would be a very good fit for it, whatever. And then they just came up to me and they were like, oh, we called you in. Here's their name and number, whatever. And they called us the next day and were like, can you fill out all this paperwork? Can you send in these videos and stuff? And then it finally got to the point where they were like, can you fly out to LA for the week and film here?
Wow, that's incredible. How was that experience at such a young age? I mean, the guys on Shark Tank are pretty cool. Can you give us a bit of the story there?
At that age, I really didn't know what was going on, really. I had never seen the show before. I've never heard of it, and neither had my mom, so we didn't know what we were getting into. But then once I did realize what it was, and when I went there, it was kind of intimidating knowing that they could just eat me apart and then it'll go on live TV, but you never know. So it was a little bit scary knowing that they could embarrass the crap out of me and everyone could see it. But I know it turned out pretty well for me. I got pretty lucky.
Yeah, awesome. So you secured a deal with Barbara in the end?
Yes.
That's the story. How's that going? You're still working with Barbara today?
Yes, we're in touch with her almost every single day. The one difficulty I had was people not taking me seriously.
Oh, really?
Always saying, oh, you're just a kid, you'll never make it, whatever, and they'll kind of brush me off and be like, oh, good luck, whatever. And I would walk into meetings and everyone's wearing like suits and ties and stuff, and I'll show up in a t-shirt because I'm a kid, and everyone kind of laughs. But then when they realize that I know my company as well as I did, then they were like, whoa, this kid's really has something. But the thing I would say is really never let that bother you, because if I did let it bother me, then I kind of got nervous, but when I didn't, then I was fine with it.
Being an entrepreneur, how has that really changed your life? You know, when you look at some of your friends that are in school that haven't really taken that path, you know, what are some of the qualities and what are some of the things that you really noticed in your life that's different?
Definitely, probably one of the biggest things is all the relationships I'm making along the way. I'm meeting so many owners of companies. I'm meeting so many professors and presidents of colleges and stuff like that. So it's really building up good connections that are really going to help me later in life, while all the other kids are kind of just going through school, just pushing along through that, while I'm taking the extra step and meeting all these new people that can help me later in life, getting me into things and helping me out.
You know, what advice would you give to a young entrepreneur wanting to start their first business? If there was, you know, it doesn't have to be just one thing. If you had a couple of really cool key tips from your experience and you wanted to share that with kids, what would they be?
I would say failing is the best thing that could happen to you.
Oh,
Because
cool.
you will learn from the mistakes that you make. If you make a mistake, you're never going to make it again because you're going to notice that and you're going to look out for the bad thing you did. But also, one thing is, don't care what people say. There's been so many people out there who wanted this business to fail, and then when it blew up, they all kind of went away. And so I would just block out the haters and listen to them.
Oh, awesome. Oh, that's great advice. Wow, thanks, Ryan. That's been a absolutely incredible interview. Thanks for your time. I really appreciate it.